Good morning friends. Today we are going to see how we can install an RTL SDR on your laptop. So to start with, we'll see what is an SDR. Basically SDR is software defined radio, where you will get an USB dongle which can be connected to your laptop, and your laptop will do all demodulation and other stuff which you want to do it on the software, and you will be able to decode and RF signals. Generally you get these kind of transceivers where you can. This is an Baofeng transceiver, UV5R transceiver, which can receive as well as transmit VHF as well as UHF signals. And for this you need a license to transmit or to have a handheld like this. So what happens is, if you are a beginner and you don't have a ham license, then how you can receive the frequency? For that, we are going to use an RTL SDR dongles, and these dongles are available on the website very cheaply, depending on what kind of RTL SDR you are looking for. So this is the simplest RTL SDR you can find it. This is called as Novalic RTL SDR. And if you see here, you will find an USB port, and here you will find an antenna port. And this is antenna pigtail basically, and you can connect the antenna with whatever antenna you are looking for. This you can connect it to this port there, and you can extend this antenna to appropriate antenna. This is basically an 20. This is RTL SDR, which you can receive VHF and UHF signals. This is a basic RTL SDR. So this doesn't receive any HF frequencies, because this doesn't have an down converter installed on this. So you can receive any frequencies from 25 megahertz to 1.7 gigahertz. So for example, you want to listen to any of the stations in between, you can just connect this USB, install a software on your laptop, and start listening to the RF frequencies. So this is a very powerful antenna. You can do a lot of stuff with this. So for example, if you want to receive signals from SSTV, you can use this RTL SDR, use an external antenna, and receive the signals which are transmitted on VHF frequencies, and start receiving the signals, and decode the signals with appropriate software. We are going to see how we can connect this to a Linux laptop, and we are going to use a GQRX software for that, and we are going to use a Linux operating system for that. So this is one of the basic RTL SDR I want to show you. So this is second one. I have an RTL SDR. This is a bit special because this has an HF receive part as well. So this has down converter actually installed on this, so you don't have to put any external down converter with this, and this can receive from 100 kilohertz to 1.7 gigahertz. So you can receive all your HF band, say like 80 meters, 40 meters, 20 meters, and all these HF bands till 1.7 gigahertz. So this is pretty having long bandwidth. If you see on the opposite side, here you will see a port which you can connect it to a USB to your laptop, and the other side you will find two SMA connectors. One is named as UV. Here you can connect VHF as well as UHF antenna, and the other one is written as HF. Here you have to connect your HF antenna. So I'm going to show you both antennas, how you can connect it. So I have very simple VHF UHF antenna with me. So this is a VHF UHF, a very broadband antenna. You will see one coil here. Now this part is for UHF and this part is for VHF, and other side has an SMA connector, SMA male connector, and if you see on UV, I have an SMA female connector, so I can connect my VHF UHF antenna to UV port, so that I can receive say VHF and UHF signals. I have other antenna as well. So I have this antenna which is connected to an end-fed antenna. So end-fed antenna is basically I have end-fed antenna which I got it from myantennas.com, and which is 134 feet long radiating element, which is connected to a 64:1 balun, and which is the other side of the balun is connected to coax, and coax actually coming to my shack. For this, the other port, HF, I have an SMA female port, so I have to use an SO239 female to SMA converter, and I'm going to connect my HF antenna to the other side. So this is the SMA female connector and this is an SMA male connector. I'm going to connect this now. You need basically both antennas connected. If you are going to use only VHF side, so you can connect only VHF antenna. If you want to use an HF antenna, you can connect only HF antenna depending on what kind of RF signals you want to receive it. The other thing is important thing to mention is if you want to receive any of the satellite signals, you need a directional antenna. So these omnidirectional antenna will probably not will help, because the gain for this antenna is very less. So for example, if you want to listen to say SSTV transmission, you have to connect to VHF UHF port some kind of directional antenna, say like tape Yagi or IO antenna, so that you will get more gain and you can receive better signals. So say the other example could be if you want to listen to say NOAA satellite, the best antenna for that will be QFH, which is a quadrifilar helix antenna, and because QHF antenna will give you reception from any direction. Satellite could be on any of the directions, so the QFH antenna will be able to receive signals from all directions. And if you are going to use this antenna for say satellite, you will probably not get much better reception. So you have to make sure that you use appropriate antenna for what you are going to do. So that is one thing. And now I'm going to connect this RTL SDR to my laptop. So I'm connecting a USB cable to my RTL SDR, and I'm going to connect it to my laptop here on the USB port. So you'll see the light is connected. So that means the power is connected now to RTL SDR. So to summarize, what I have done is I have used an RTL SDR, which is receive only dongle, which is capable of 100 kilohertz to 1.7 gigahertz frequencies. So you can receive any of the frequencies in between, which is connected to USB port. I have two connections. One is VHF UHF and other is HF. For UHF VHF, I have connected small antenna, which is broadband antenna, to VHF UHF port, and for HF port, I have connected end-fed antenna. This end-fed antenna is about 134 feet long radiating element, which is connected to my terrace. So this is capable of almost receiving almost all bands, say from 80 meters down to say 10 meters. So this gives a very good reception. So we are going to use our Ubuntu software. So right now I'm using Ubuntu operating system, and we will be going to use GQRX software, and we'll see how you can install GQRX software and receive the RF signals. Okay friends, so now we are on our notebook here. I have installed a Linux operating system here. The Linux operating system is Kubuntu. The version is 20.10, and now we are going to install an SDR software. So we are going to use an GQRX SDR software. This is an open source software, so it is freely available to download, as well as source is also open to all, and you can download and modify according to your need. So first thing what we have to do is we have to check if our USB which is connected, our dongle, RTL SDR dongle which is connected to our notebook, whether Linux has detected it or not. By default, it will detect SDR dongle, so you don't have to do anything else. But we can cross check it from the command prompt if we have the Linux has detected the drivers correctly or not. So we are going to open console here. So I am on console right now. First thing, we will check what is the kernel version we are using. So I'm going to give command called as uname -an. So it will give us a version. So right now we are using Linux kernel 5.8. If you want to check what is the operating system I'm running, I'm checking the file called as etc issue, and we are using Ubuntu 20.10. The next thing we have to do is we have to check if our USB connected RTL dongle is correctly detected by the Linux operating system. So command I'm going to use is ls USB. So this will give a list of all USBs connected to this notebook. And the main thing which we are interested in is about Realtek RTL 2838 DVB dongle. And if you see, our device is already listed here, and the drivers are already installed, so you don't have to install anything else. So the next step is to install a SDR software. So for that we will become a root. So I'm right now I have logged in as a user. So let's become a root. I'm a sudo user on this machine. So I have become root now. The first thing we will do is to update a repository. Why we need to update repository? So that it will find correct from where you will able to download the software. So for that I'm going to use an apt update command. So I'm typing apt update, and this will check for the repositories and update repositories locally, so that he will come to know from where he has to download a software. So next command, the update is finished now. So next command will install a GQRX SDR software on this. So command is apt install GQRX-SDR. I'm now going to enter. So this will install an GQRX SDR software. So this is going to download it from the website, from the apt list there, and install it on the local machine. So our installation is finished, and GQRX software is ready. So our installation is complete. So to summarize, now we have connected our USB RTL SDR dongle to our laptop, and we have connected also our VHF and UHF antennas to RTL SDR. We have listed that our operating system can see our RTL SDR dongle. We have installed GQRX software. So now the next step is to run a GQRX software. So I'm going to run a GQRX icon here, or otherwise you can simply type on GQRX from the command line, so that we can run a GUI. So I have double click it GQRX. The first thing we have to do is do IO devices. We have to make sure that our device is listed here in the list there. So I'm going to click on files and then select on IO devices. Here you will find all devices which are connected to which we can use it. So we have to basically use an RTL SDR dongle with which says RTL Realtek RTL 00001. So I'm going to select that. It has by default selected. The next important thing is device device string. So basically, what you have to do is if you are using VHF UHF, you have to keep this string as RTL is equal to 0. Say for example, otherwise if you want to use an HF signals, you have to give RTL is equal to 0, comma direct sampling is equal to 2, and we will see it later when we will start an HF configuration there. But for now we will use RTL is equal to 0 string. The input rate and other parameters we will keep it as it is. So I'm going to click on OK, and now our configuration is done. And if you see here on the left side there is a play button which says start DSP, and I will click on that, so it will start receiving the signals. So here if you're seeing, we are all able to see a frequency range from say 144.0 to 145 dot 500. So we are seeing waterfalls and all the signals coming from this bandwidth. And we will quickly check what are the menus here. So if you on the right hand side, I am selecting an input controls, and here you will find input controls. This is an hardware AGC, swap IQ, no limits, DC remove, IQ balance. You're not going to use it right now. The important thing is frequency correction. What happens is by default your frequencies are not probably correctly matching. So you have to do a frequency correction. We are going to do frequency correction in just a second there. And antenna, since this is receive only, it is showing as antenna as RX. So this is an input control. If you want to increase your gain, you can increase it or decrease it according to how you want to keep your gain. And if you check on the receiver second tab here, you will find a receiver option. Here you will find a frequency, which frequency you are using right now, what is the bandwidth you are using, what is the filter shape you want to take, what is the mode you want to use, what is the AGC you want to use. So these are settings. We will keep it by default as it is. Squelch you can select. By default it is completely open, or you can use an automatic as well. So if you click here, it will check for what is the current noise level and keep your squelch accordingly. So this is a squelch option. You have noise blanker option as well, noise blanker 1, noise blanker 2. So these are the options. On the third menu tab there, this is an FFT settings. The important settings among this is zoom. So you can basically zoom into waterfall. If you have select the frequency will get zoom. So that is one important important thing. Otherwise you can do change this FFT size, rate, time span, windowing, averaging. You can click on peak as well, so it will basically detect if there are peaks. So if you select detect peaks, so it will actually show you where are the peaks, from where signals are coming actually. And if you see, actually these are the noise signals. So these are by default noise I'm picking up with an RTL SDR. So that is the thing. And as I said, you can increase or decrease zoom if you want to check what is the signal, and if you want to do look at the details. So this is basic thing. The first thing we have to do is we have to do a frequency correction. So what you have to do for frequency correction, you have to select a frequency where you can do a frequency correction and do a calibration for your RTL SDR. So right now I want to tune it to 144.800, and I'm sending a carrier signal at 144.800. So if I go again on FFT setting and zoom option, I know I'm transmitting on this signal at 144,800, but right now I'm getting it a little bit off that 144,800. So what I'll do is I will go on frequency correction and I will try to center it so that my RTL SDR will come to exactly at 144,800. So I am trying to increase it. So now if you see, the peak is actually aligned it to 144,800. So now we can say that our RTL SDR is now calibrated correctly, and we can see further option. Now let's try to listen to VHF station of U to ETD. So frequency is 144,800 and modulation is narrow FM. So we'll select the modulation as narrow FM, and we will see if I will try to transmit it on 144,800 and see if we are able to copy that.
Activating Echo Link. Connected Victor Uniform 3 Oscar Uniform Mike. UPOUM Victor United number 3 Oscar Uniform Mike. Calling and standing by. Victor Uniform 3 Oscar Uniform Mike disconnected. Deactivating Echo Link.
Processing fees at Bank of Maharashtra Maha Gold Loan Point.
मिळाले 3KM ऍप गुगल प्ले स्टोअर आणि iOS प्लॅटफॉर्म वरून आजच डाउनलोड करा आपलं 3KM ऍप.
मराठी, हिंदी आणि इंग्रजी लोकल म्हणजे 3KM.
सकाळ माध्यम समूहाचा उपक्रम.
की एक दिवस हाच तरुण आंतरराष्ट्रीय कीर्तीचा गायक बनेल.
Now we'll try to receive an HF signal. So first we'll start GQRX, and now we are in the configuration. So I'm going to select file, IO devices, and for if you want to receive an HF signal, we are going to use a direct sampling. So we have to give device string as RTL is equal to 0, comma direct underscore sample is equal to 2. So we'll select this as a string. You have to always shift from VHF and UHF. If you want to use an HF, use a direct sampling, and if you want to use VHF UHF, just use RTL is equal to 0 and don't use any direct sampling. And we'll click on OK and see if we can receive some of the HF signals there.
Swami Vivekananda expressed this very boldly and proudly. He saw India as a cultural consciousness that had been living and breathing for centuries.
Referring to Swami Vivekananda's letter to the Maharaja of Mysore and to Swami Ramakrishnanand, the Prime Minister stressed on two clear thoughts in Swamiji's approach to empowering the poor. First, he wanted empowerment to be taken to the poor if the poor themselves cannot easily go to empowerment. Second, Swamiji said, India's poor have to be given ideas, their eyes are to be opened to what is going on in the world around them, and then they will work out their own salvation. Mr. Modi asserted that this is the approach with which India is moving ahead today. He said banks must reach the poor, and that is what the Jan Dhan Yojana did. So did Jan Suraksha and Ayushman Bharat schemes.
यातायात तथा ढुवानी मन्त्रालयबाट प्राप्त तथ्याङ्क अनुसार सन् 2021 को वसन्त चाडको अवधिमा पुर्याइने यात्रुहरूको संख्या 1 अर्ब 15 करोड 20 लाख पुग्ने अनुमान गरिएको छ, जुन सन् 2020 को तुलनामा 20%ले।
भारतीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने 30 जनवरी को कहा कि उनकी सरकार का प्रस्ताव 3 विवादास्पद कृषि कानून
后方对他们的支持也很好的，看着项目完成了，我们的付出还有老公的辛苦是值得的，昨晚展现了我们中国体制的良好形象吧。
以色列海法新港项目于2018年7月开工，计划于2020年9月开港试运营。
春节是中国人延续了4000年的传统习俗，每到这个时候，人们的话题都会不知不觉从诗和远方变成清一色的回家过年。因为团圆是春节的最大主题，但现实生活中，总有人为了他人的团聚，放弃了回家，选择了坚守。在疫情防控常态化的当下，更是如此。
To sum up what we did, we connected RTL SDR V2 version to our notebook. Notebook is having Linux OS. We installed GQRX. We configured GQRX and try to listen to some of the VHF, UHF signals as well as an HF signals. And this is how you receive signals with RTL SDR. Thank you very much.